Bishop Jasmine, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a reading for Pisces moons. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. There we go. Nice and easy, I love it. So as I'm shuffling out these cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths, to calm yourself, ground yourself, chill out, get comfy. There we go. Oh, there we go. These are coming out nice and quick. I love it. Very nice. Oh, and there we go. What did that take, like 30 seconds? Nice. All right. Well, let's just dive right in. So for the Oracle card, we have Agreement with Water and Libra. All right, and then for the tarot cards, we have the Devil reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Four of Chalices, aka Four of Cups, the Moon reversed, and Knight of Wands reversed. So starting with this Oracle card here, this Agreement card, it comes up at times when whatever kind of group work you're doing, collaboration, or maybe something with like a partner or some sort of relationship like that, whatever it is, when that's all going in a good direction or looking positive, you can kind of think of this as Three of Pentacles if you're familiar with that card. But of course, the core part of that is the teamwork aspect of it, right? That harmony, that working together, not one person winning and the other one losing, one being right, the other being wrong, right? Or that win at all costs mentality, which I say specifically because of this Devil card here, which we have reversed. The Devil card is about temptation, not a literal demon. He's symbolic of doing the wrong thing, right? Being tempted to do the wrong thing, bad habits, things like that. So when it's reversed, I love seeing it reversed because it's overcoming that that habit or that first reaction, that maybe like instinctual reaction to think that way, that more like polarizing way that really disrupts the harmony of some sort of relationship or team effort, whatever. Interestingly though, I think seeing this Four of Cups here is really interesting because I think Four of Cups is what's fueling this habit breaking. I can't think of a better word than that for you. Because I should say with the Devil card, the implication here is that might be something that you've been struggling with, at least lately. Struggling working with other people, struggling with maybe a particular relationship. Of course, this is general, so I'm kind of throwing a bunch of things out there, but whatever this is for you, right? When turning this around, the thing that is helping you to be able to work better with these other people or whatever is this Four of Cups energy, and that's about apathy. It's about being discontent with what you're looking at, what hand you've been dealt, what the situation is right now. We do still have it upright, so that does tell me that this is not resolved yet. This is still very much a process. I'm sure there's still definitely a part of you that's looking at this and being like, oh, I hate this. You know, like, I hate that I have to work with these people, or I feel like things are not getting better, or whatever it is, right? I think that feeling is still there. But instead of dwelling on that, I think you should continue to really use that, I guess, as like a motivation or whatever, to keep going. Now, we do have this Eight of Swords reversed too, which, again, it's kind of mirroring this Devil card, this aspect of like getting yourself out of the situation, right? Empowering yourself, instead of kind of just falling victim to it, right? It's getting up and saying, yeah, I want to change things. I want to make things better, right? Because that's growth. That's evolving right there, right? I love seeing Eight of Swords reversed. But the thing is, we have this moon here reversed. I'm kind of just like pausing and trying to figure out what exactly that's referring to, because it tells me that there's something hidden. But I think because it's with this Eight of Swords, it's saying that I think there's some aspect to yourself that you don't quite see or you don't quite understand. Actually, wait, now that I'm thinking about it, this moon card came up before, right? I think we've seen this before. Give me a quick second. I'm going to take a look back at your last reading. I feel like we just had this card come up. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so just pause for a little while. Because this reading is reminding me of a reading that we had back in August. So I wanted to go back. I just watched that video. Because a lot of these cards are actually very similar to that one. We had the Four of Cups come up in that one. We had the Moon. We had Ten of Cups, which is quite similar to Ten of Pentacles. We also had King of Wands, which is similar to Knight of Wands. So I definitely think this is very connected to what we talked about back then. I'm just trying to think of what is the connection. So if you want to go back and watch that video, you can. It's the August Pisces moon reading. I don't think it's necessary though. Just if you'd like to, you can. But I'm glad I watched it because it's making this a little more clear to me. What we're talking about with this reading is what you can do yourself. How can you improve on yourself or whatever in order to help these things that are going on with other people, the situation, making it better. That's a very vague way to put it, but I kind of have to be a little general here. Because that's what that reading was about too, was about working with others and all of that generally going pretty well. And I think it is. Like, I don't think it's bad. I think, because I'm kind of looking at this and being like, all right, I'm getting the message that things are going well, but I'm also getting the message that there's a lot of things that need to be worked on, right? Which I think makes sense, right? That's life. Not everything is black and white. But this is also very you-focused. And I'm saying all of this because with these cards here, these things that will keep things moving forward and moving in a good direction, and your part that you play in that, which of course, I think this goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. You know, obviously when we're talking about teamwork and partnerships, it's always a two-way street or however many-way street, right? We're just talking about your part, which is not all of it. It's just your part, right? But anyway, I think the things that you can work on are things that are just not super obvious to you. I think there are things that you maybe throughout this process are learning about yourself, and that can be very uncomfortable. You know, I think most of us like to think that we know ourselves very well. And when we find things about ourselves that we didn't realize, maybe things that aren't really that nice, that good, it can be very uncomfortable. And I think right now might be a time where you are really recognizing things in yourself that you don't like. But the thing is, that is understanding those things and recognizing those things is the first step to this Eight of Swords, which we already do have reversed, right? And that, like I said, it's pulling yourself out of that victimization, right? Pulling yourself, well, I guess I'll kind of describe this card in a little more detail just so you really get the full picture. So with this card, we have this woman who is clearly not in the best situation, right? She's kind of trapped a bit with these swords, right? And like, yes, she's in this bad situation. She has her hands tied up, but like, she's not completely trapped, you know? Like, theoretically, she probably could like get up and leave, you know? She's not like bound to something. But she has this blindfold on, which is keeping her from being able to look at the situation, you know? So that's what Eight of Swords really represents, is like being in a tough spot, whether it's your fault, somebody else's fault, whatever, doesn't matter. You're in a tough spot and you are the person who can get you out of it, right? Having that reverse, that's what that represents, is you recognizing, okay, this is tough, this is hard, but it's my responsibility and I have the strength to get myself out of this. I can do it, you know? I know I'm like really, really explaining all of this. This is kind of one of those concepts that I hope I'm explaining it right, because it's a little complicated. And like I said, I do have to stay kind of general because it's a general reading, right? But what I'm getting at is, with these things that you find in yourself that you don't quite like, maybe some sides of yourself you didn't even know were there, use that to grow, right? By just being mad at yourself and being upset with the situation, that's not how you grow. That's not how you evolve, right? You have to take those things and use that to pull yourself out of the situation, to make the situation even better, right? So all of this, I'm really, really trying to explain all of this, because with this 10 of Pentacles reverse and the Knight of Wands reverse, it's telling me that so 10 of Pentacles, it's like the happily ever after card, right? In this case, it represents the end goal of whatever all of this is. This is telling me that there's this frustration of like, things are not where you want them to be right now, right? You thought you'd be here right now. You thought they'd be better right now. And instead of like pausing and taking a step to like make some changes, reevaluate, whatever, you're kind of just like trying to force it to happen, right? Knight of Wands is usually described as like a wildfire, where wildfires can be very useful and do helpful things, but wildfires can also get very out of hand very quickly, right? And once it's out of control, it's very hard to stop, right? So it's that very like destructive, forceful energy. That's what Knight of Wands reverse represents. All of that to say, it's very important that you pay attention to these things in order to get to this end goal of 10 of Pentacles, right? Because just trying to ignore them and force your way forward and all of that is not going to help. Not in this situation. So, okay, to wrap up my thoughts, because I know this is a little complicated, a little all over the place. Sometimes readings are just like that. You never know. This Oracle card is telling me that what you have is good, right? Whatever the situation is, it's not bad. It's not worth giving up, right? It's good. It's generally good. And this is such a great, right now in this moment, is such a great opportunity for growth for you, a great time to evolve, a great time to learn, specifically learning about yourself, finding these things that you didn't realize about yourself, which is always a good thing. We never want to keep that bottled up, right? That will never help. I can't think of a single situation where that keeping that bottle up is a good thing, right? Because even if it's a bad thing and something that needs to be fixed, well, you got to acknowledge it in order to fix it, right? And that's how you grow and become a better person and make this situation even better. So again, I want to emphasize, I'm not saying you're the problem or you're the one who has to fix all of this. It's not that, right? Everybody involved has a role to play. But for you specifically, this reading right now is encouraging you to consider that part of yourself, because that'll really help. Okay, Pisces moons, I'm going to stop talking because I really hope this isn't too complicated. If you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. I've been putting out a ton of YouTube shorts where I really go in depth with each card and really explain them. So if there's any part of this that you want to look at more and understand more, I highly recommend you go find that. You'll probably have to dig a bit on my channel. I should probably organize that a little better. But I will do that. My cat is screaming at me, so I have to go. But I'm wishing you so much luck. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!